This week has been pretty huge when it comes to Xbox news, and that's even including a huge update for one of the largest games to be released this generation. We've also seen some huge rumours concerning new Xbox Game Pass reveals, some massive updates to your Xbox consoles, and so much more. It is looking pretty busy this week, and no doubt it's going to be a longer news video than I usually make. With that though, my name is Fletcher, and this is Xbox Nation. If you're new here or just returning, I basically cover Xbox content every single day, and that's everything from Xbox news, reviews, and even updates. If you do like Xbox and want to stay up to date with all things Team Green, then make sure to subscribe down below. With that, let's dive right into the news coming our way over the past week. Well, I might as well cover the largest bit of news over the past week right out the gate, and that just has to be the rather unfortunate delay of GTA 6. There were rumours, but it's now been confirmed that it will no longer be releasing in May of next year as it was planned, with the game actually now slipping all the way back to November 19th, 2026. In a very short statement though over on social media today, the company basically apologised for adding additional time on top of the previous date, and essentially it allows them to finish the game with the level of polish that we've come to expect. Interestingly though, this brand new release date for GTA 6 now puts it just 4 days after the 25th anniversary of Xbox, which could actually force Microsoft to basically change their plans for whatever was going to happen around that sort of date. I have sort of speculation though that the likes of Halo Combat Evolved or Fable may have been held back until that date to sort of celebrate the anniversary, for example, so it will be interesting to see if Xbox actually changed their release cadence, especially in contention with that GTA 6 release date. What do you think though? Will we see any more delays, do you think, for GTA 6? I'll be keen to hear your thoughts on it in the comments below. A few days back now, I actually mentioned how Silent Hill 2 has been rated for the Xbox Series X and S consoles in the US, and it kind of indicates that it will finally be coming to Xbox just over a year since it hit PlayStation 5 and PC. Alongside that though, we now have a release date that seems to have leaked as well over on the Xbox Store, and it seems pretty significant to be honest. The folks over at the website trueachievements.com have basically spotted a hidden Xbox Store page for Silent Hill 2, and it does mention a release date of the 21st of November on the back end. It also looks alongside that we might actually be getting standard and deluxe editions alongside a Silent Hill F bundle to be included. If you remember though, Silent Hill 2 did first release for both the PlayStation 5 and PC all the way back in October of last year, and it served as a fantastic remake of the 2001 game. It received excellent reviews across the board, and I have no doubt many of you will be really excited for this one. There have been so many rumours that we will also be getting, I believe, an Xbox partner preview event towards the end of this month, so perhaps this is probably where we're going to get the Silent Hill 2 announcement, especially for our Xbox consoles. I do expect this announcement to be made around the 20th of November, so make sure you're subscribed, and I will ultimately cover all of the news and also live stream the event as well, so don't miss out. In case you missed it, Halo Studios, or should I say 343, has pulled back the curtain on the Operation Infinite update for Halo Infinite, which will actually mark the final major content update for the game ahead of Halo Campaign Evolved's release sometime next year. After what was meant to be what they called an infinite game, as you can tell, the team has basically decided to end it after 4 years from its launch. Halo Studios have come out with a statement saying that they have multiple Halo titles in development and it's not possible to focus on Halo Infinite in the same way anymore. Nevertheless, support for the game will continue into the future, just not in the form of any major content updates. To give you a bit of a brief idea about Operation Infinite though, it will be bringing you 2x boosts to both career rank progress and Spartan point rewards, a new Operation and Premium Pass, over 200 never before released armor sets in its exchange drop, a new Yuletide map for the Husky Raid quick playlist, a new vacancy map for selected rank modes, and even the arrival of more ranked seasons as well, which is quite nice to see. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice bit of content to get, but I can't help but just feel sad about this all really. I know many of you probably dropped off at launch due to the poor post-launch support, especially for the multiplayer, but over the past couple of years, the game has honestly gone on to be one of the best supported and updated multiplayer games on our Xbox Series consoles. I really did enjoy Infinite, and as much as I want them to move on, it does feel quite sad about this game as it could have been a solid live service if they just nailed that launch properly. Still, I will be covering my own thoughts and opinions in a video rather soon as a sort of end of service review, but for now, do make sure to check out Infinite if you still can. One of the big bits of news I actually missed out on sort of last week was the Xbox October 2025 update, and it was a pretty beefy update with notable mentions being the ROG Xbox Ally, the handheld compatibility program, and a fresh PC and console update as well, making it actually a full list of new features which was quite beefy. First up, and due to the sort of ROG Xbox Ally handhelds launching, Xbox have now rolled out what they're calling the Handheld Compatibility Program. This actually makes it easier for you to identify which games are optimized for your handhelds, which is really great to see. The update is now visible as well on project detail page across all Windows devices, and it is featured in the Handheld Compatibility channel on your supported Windows handheld. To basically support those informed choices, a compatibility notification will appear before installation or even purchase. It really is a handy dandy feature that is similar to what you get over on Steam, and I'm kind of glad they rolled it out, especially as someone who really does own a handheld. If you're over on the Xbox PC app though, you will also notice a very big improvement in terms of your download speeds, so you can essentially jump into your games even faster. The team, from what I've done some digging, have made some improvements to the download tool, basically allowing for the app to better optimize your PC's internet connection. That means fewer slowdowns and smarter bandwidth usage, especially on high-speed networks. I've personally seen quite a few improvements here myself since I've started using Game Pass on PC a lot more recently, and that's due to a couple of PC-only releases. It's a pretty good feature, and obviously a nice quality of life one. I will say though, not much has really happened on the main console front though in this brand new update, other than that game hubs are now adding the ability to see any perks that are included as a game as part of Xbox Game Pass. I don't really ever use any perks as I don't really play any games that do include them, but again, is a nice quality of life feature that's been added and may make you less likely to miss those included perks. It's certainly no shock to say that Arc Raiders is just absolutely smashing it right now, and it could even be on track to potentially win a Game of the Year award. Yes, that statement is pretty shocking, however Embark have basically really created an utter gem here, and it's a sentiment that is shared by so many within the gaming sphere. Over on Metacritic, Arc Raiders currently has an average of I think around 87 now, whereas over on OpenCritic, it's sitting at a whopping 94 average as its rating. If we go by the Metacritic score though, that currently places Arc Raiders in about 19th position for best game of this year across all platforms, and that's sitting behind the likes of my personal favourite, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Monster Hunter Wilds. OpenCritic though actually has it in joint place right now, and that's sitting alongside The Incredible Hades 2 and the Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch 2 edition. For me, it's just no surprise at all, as I've been singing Embark's praises since they launched the finals a couple of years ago now. The way that they've managed to craft an excellent extraction shooter with an incredibly addictive gameplay loop alongside one of the best community-driven aspects in a multiplayer game has simply floored me. I'm doing a review which will be out, I believe, within the next sort of couple of days, just depending on how my runs go, but I do strongly feel this game is going to be one of the best multiplayer games over the past 5 years. You will have to let me know if you're playing Arc Raiders in the comments below, and do make sure to join our squad in our Discord server if you ever want to jump in with us into Speranza. Ever since Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard a couple of years ago now, there's always been a lot of speculation around whether World of Warcraft might actually be getting a native Xbox console release, especially since the game does actually support gamepads itself. Blizzard though has actually remained pretty quiet on the topic for the most part though, but in a brand new interview with Windows Central, the World of Warcraft game director advised that the focus of World of Warcraft is still remaining on PC as things stand. Of course though, there is always still a way to play World of Warcraft on your Xbox consoles if you are desperate to play it, as you can basically use GeForce Now. However, that does actually require a decent internet connection, and it can be a little bit finicky, especially when using that built-in Edge browser. Obviously, with the brand new Xbox console rumoured to be a sort of PC hybrid, you should in theory be able to play its next generation, but here's hoping we might hear more about that next generation console in 2026. Still keeping though within the same vein of Activision Blizzard, a lot of us have been patiently waiting to see what Microsoft might do with Crash Bandicoot, and up until now, there's really been no sign at all for a return for this marsupial. Developer Beanox has really caused a fuss this week by uploading and then removing a brand new banner on their social media that actually contains a very fresh piece of artwork containing Crash Bandicoot in a racing car. The artwork actually uses the Crash Bandicoot 4 model of this character, which is quite noticeable because 2019's Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled actually came out way before Crash 4 ever existed. So in other words, and to me, this basically has to be some sort of kind of new artwork from the Nitro Fueled developer. This could obviously hint at multiple things though, and I'm personally hoping we get a brand new game of course, but there's also a chance it's just relating to a current gen upgrade for Nitro Fueled, which could include some new characters, karts, and so much more. What do you think about this leak though? Would you be up for a new Crash karting game? You'll have to let me know in the comments below. If you did miss my previous video a few days ago regarding the new Xbox Game Pass games, Watch it below if you haven't already. We've basically received notification from Xbox about the new Wave 1 game selection for the start of this November. This was actually a pretty decent showing for me, and there was a few solid releases, but of course the most notable one of them all just has to be Call of Duty Black Ops 7. For me, I personally can't wait to dive into Winter Borrow, and I should have a review out within the next couple of days, so make sure to subscribe down below on that one. And also, I've been really addicted to the recent edition of Void Train, as it's so bloody addictive. Again, there will be a review out for that one. I've just had a bit of an issue with regards to the recording software. I am always keen though to see how you guys and gals are basically feeling about Xbox Game Pass. I have left a poll recently over within the post section here on the channel, and I would love to hear your thoughts for next week's news video. What do you think about the Xbox news this week? Are there any updates which are standing out to you, and how are you feeling about the new Xbox Game Pass editions? Do let me know in the comments below. Of course, I want to give a big shout out as well to our channel members, and if you want to join for exclusive perks, videos early, discounts, and so much more, click that join button down below. Feel free to like this video as well if you did enjoy it and want to see more news videos, and subscribe, as remember I do upload Xbox content every single day. Whilst here though, and if you do want to check out some more of my awesome Xbox content here on the channel, why don't you check out the most recent video on screen now.